Hey YouTubers, this your boy Amari Points here, bringing you the latest movie review. Today I'm doing my newest movie review on the newest Warner Brothers movie, Space Jam: A New Legacy. So I just saw this today and I thought it was it was okay. I kind of expected more out of it, but it was still a movie that I found enjoyable. So it's basically the story of LeBron James trying to convince his son to go to basketball camp, but his son, Dom, honestly wants to be a video game designer and he doesn't want to do the things his father wants him to do. But when he is kidnapped by Don Cheadle's character, played who is Algae Rhythm, he honestly plays a game of basketball to help save his son and bring him back home. And little does he know, LeBron James gets huge help from all the Looney Tunes characters to help him win this huge game of basketball. And we see a lot of Warner Brothers characters, cameos, everything, you name it. It was just like Ready Player One, but Space Jam style. And this movie is definitely a sequel that a lot of people have been waiting for, and some haven't been waiting for. But honestly, I think you should go take your kids to go see this movie, especially if you've seen the very first Space Jam movie, because I have, and it was way better than the sequel in my opinion. And on to the positives and negatives. First off are the positives. The first positive is, again, the message of this movie is basically do what makes you happy, and honestly don't do what others want you to do. That's definitely the moral of this movie. Just follow your passion and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The second positive is, well, Zendaya playing Lola Bunny. That is just good. We've known Zendaya to play in so many roles that we can't keep track of all of them. Her voicing Lola Bunny was a huge step up for me. And plus, Lola Bunny is way kind of like better in this sequel than she was in the first, because I think she was kind of a little bit way better, because she really knew how to play basketball. I'm not saying she didn't know how to play basketball in the first one, but she really brought the heat in this sequel. She really did. No lie, that was definitely the best part of this movie. And another positive is, well, seeing all these Warner Brothers characters in this movie, I was geeking out a little bit because I recognized a bunch of other characters in this movie that really piqued my eye, and honestly I was enjoying it so much. And next up are the negatives. The first negative I have, well, it's kind of like, don't hate me, NBA fans, please don't hate me, but it was LeBron James. Don't get me wrong, he's a talented NBA superstar, don't hate on me, but his acting in this movie, it kind of needed a little bit of an upgrade. It could have been better if he really brought some more oomph to, like, in this movie, because I think his acting kind of like needs work in this movie. It really did. And plus, he honestly, he really just didn't seem like he was really into the role, because from what I was seeing from him, there was not enough acting going on in the movie. There were some parts that were funny that I got from it that he did in the movie, but some stuff really didn't do it for me. And another negative is, well, kind of like basically the act, like, well, how most of the characters, like Don Cheadle, he was a convincing villain, but not that convincing. He also needed some work. I think it could have been better if he just stepped up his game as well. I loved him in the Avengers movies, uh, the first three Avengers movies, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame. I loved seeing him in those movies, but I just think in this one he really didn't make a convincing villain at all. I just thought he was just kind of like one of those bland villains. Don't hate me, Don Cheadle. Don't hate me. You are a talented guy, but honestly, I just think you really needed to step up your game in this Space Jam sequel. I really thought that. And another negative honestly, I think that most most of the time, some of the jokes didn't land in this movie. Some of the jokes didn't land in this movie because I didn't.
Where you getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball.
You want to play me in basketball?
The jokes need more work and improving a whole lot. I really thought that honestly the jokes, again, they need some work. They really do. I honestly believe that. And that's it for my positives and negatives. On to my rant. Although this movie really is like the sequel that everyone's been waiting for about 25 years, I think it really didn't need to be made because honestly, I think everyone wasn't really asking for a Space Jam sequel. A few fans probably did, like myself, but I know there are some fans who didn't love the first Space Jam. They didn't really love this sequel, and I think honestly, it just didn't. I still think this movie needed to be made, but at the same time, I didn't. It was still a fun movie and an enjoyable movie to watch. If you love the first Space Jam movie again, definitely take your kids to go see this movie and have a ball and have a blast. You might have different opinions than me. You might have different opinions than me, and when you see this movie, who knows, you might. But all in all, still a fun time family movie that has a meaning to it and has a bunch of characters that you will definitely recognize in this movie. I myself, again, did recognize a whole bunch of characters. I was like geeking out a whole bunch. Some of the characters I saw were from my childhood and much more. And that's it for my rant. On to the rating, guys. Hang on. I give Space Jam: A New Legacy a solid C. A solid C. Because I did enjoy the meaning of the movie, seeing LeBron James fight for his family and everything was just phenomenal. That just shows family is everything, especially especially in this movie. It really is. And another thing I can tell you about this movie is that you'll definitely have a fun time seeing all these weird, funny cameos in this movie. And just seeing the Looney Tunes back on this big screen again is definitely going to be worth it. I can tell you that much. Especially also seeing the Warner Brothers Studios in this movie, which is amazing. It really is. Seeing Warner Brothers Studios in this movie was definitely the highlight of the movie for me. For sure it was. And another thing, Zendaya as Lola Bunny. Perfect, guys. Definitely perfect. It was awesome seeing her voice this legendary Looney Tunes character. And that's it for my movie review, guys. Don't forget to like, comment down below on what you guys thought of the movie. Subscribe and share with everyone you know. And press the little notification bell at the bottom of my video to get notified when my next movie review is going to be. I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless. Peace.